Good day, Derby aficionados. Mr. Glitter here, coming to you live and direct from RollerCon 2014 in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'll be joined in the booth shortly by Mo Cheesemo and Ophelia Mellons with some can't-miss Derby action as the 9th-ranked Denver Roller Dolls take on number 10, the Rocky Mountain Roller Girls, in a high-altitude, high-intensity bout to determine once and for all who is the supreme team in Colorado.
All right, folks, we are counting down the last few seconds here.
I saw a hug on the track, Mo Cheesemo. I have a feeling that'll be probably about the last one we see for the next hour or so.
That's a fair, I mean, a clinch is kind of like a hug.
Whoa! On the Sin City Skates pivot line, Denver moves it up.
We are already seeing new and innovative things here, and we are off. Those jammers hit the back of that pack with hammer-like force, ladies and gentlemen. That's Sweet Mary Payne, number M80. Break it out of the pack, first lead jammer of this game.
Busick having a hard time in the pack. She gets forced down and around number 37 for Rocky Mountain.
Sweets makes her way back into the back, catches the inside line, knocked to the inside. Oh, picks up a track cut. She is headed off for 30 seconds there, Ophelia.
Busick hops around the last blocker for Rocky Mountain to complete her initial pass. That was Toxic Tonic as she comes around for her first scoring pass in what will be a 2-minute jam.
2 on 4 in the pack right now, passive offense as she hits that pack, whittled down to 3 as they bridge on out, whittled down to 2. I know how this ends, down to 1, and she's through.
Big takeout by Salvador on the first bridge to free up another blocker for Denver, and Busick around for another scoring pass. 5 in the sky thus far.
And that's the first 5 points on the board. Interesting strategy of knocking out that bridge there. And Sweets is back in the mix, out of the box, and has re-entered the pack, is scoring some points. Of course, we are going for 2 here. That's going to be 5.
Denver with the aggressive offense to push through as Busick enters again. 10 on the board so far for Denver Roller Dolls as Sweets finds her way around the outside.
Nice dodge on Tracy Akers. Sweets is through for another 5. It's a tie game here, Ophelia.
Sweets with a great takeout on Erkin Martin at the front of the pack. Busick again in the pack with 2 more to beat at the front.
Great job of breaking that up by Erkin Martin.
4 more for Busick and the Denver Roller Dolls, and that will conclude the first 2-minute jam of this game. Score of 14-10. Denver Roller Dolls in the lead.
2 minutes is a great way to start it off.
Indeed, and with a jam like that, you can know why Derby magazine would call themselves Blood and Thunder. Lots of speed, lots of potential for blood, and a heck of a lot of thunder. They are the first and largest roller derby magazine to exist. Check out Blood and Thunder.
All right, it looks like Denver is getting a break on this. They're going to be starting this off in a power jam as Sweets is sitting there in the box as we get going here. That would be number 36, Kit DeZellum, getting lead jam for the Mile High Club.
Denver in with the passive-aggressive offense to get that Rocky pack moving forward. Bob Loblaw there with her hip on DeZellum.
DeZellum pushed to the outside, spins her way around. She's through for 5 points.
Rocky Mountain setting up again. Both jammers now in play as DeZellum hits that pack.
Sweets has a perfect setup to re-enter and hit the pack immediately, and she does so for her second jam in a row. Knocked to the inside by the scrum of Denver defenders.
Barrett with the force out on Sweets. Cassie Beck again with the force out on the inside apex. Meanwhile, DeZellum 4 more points for Denver Roller Dolls.
Denver coming on around the outside here. Cuts to the inside, looking for her way through. Splits the uprights and gets it. That's another 5 points for the ladies in blue.
And Sweets with the panty pass. Looks like Erkin Martin with a big hit on Cassie Beck.
That's what happens if you turn around. Sometimes you get hit square in the chest.
Nobody knows that better than me. And we're gonna get that one called off. 4 more points for the Denver Roller Dolls, piling it on. 29-10, 25:57 remaining in this first half.
Damn close to another 2-minute jam right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Derby Famous is the originator of custom Derby neoprene arm brands. If you dream it, they can do it. Derby Famous.
Denver hops on out to a 10-33 lead. And once more, we see folks lining up at the pivot line. 3-on-4 advantage in the pack. Rocky Mountain, let's see if they can make anything out of it.
Alpha Q up, jamming for Rocky Mountain. And I believe that's Sharpless jamming for Denver. Multiplayer called on number 99, Tracy Aker. Excuse me, that would be May Q Payne.
Q is headed to the box here as Denver takes another lead jam. Back in the pack. Rocky's jammer makes it out.
Alpha's cleared the pack as Sharpless now in scoring position for Denver Roller Dolls.
She's got 2 up there. Rocky speeding up the pace a little bit here. I believe she got 2 on that last pass. Yes, indeed.
So with just under 25 to go, Denver with a 35-10 lead over Rocky Mountain. Guys, you can see what happens with that lead jammer status. You kind of dictate the flow of the game. You can do what you want, and that's reflected in the 25-point gap that we see right now.
Well, 3 in a row will do that. 3 leads and 3 jams.
Both jammers crouched real low there. Is Julie Adams jamming for Denver.
Oh, a bit of a pile up there.
Snuggle up.
Sure.
That's
R2D2.
Phantom Menace jamming for Rocky Mountain.
Phantom Menace goes on the inside. 1982 trying to shut her down, but she's through for Rocky's first lead jam of the afternoon.
Adams working her way through the back of the pack. Finds her way up the inside, but Rocky just recycling all over.
Rocky outside, cuts back in. Phantom Menace is through. That's going to be a grand slam.
Big force out.
Rocky.
Big force out by Barbie Boop on Julie Adams as she attempts to pass the helmet panty, but she hangs onto it for the time being. Meanwhile, Phantom Menace again with a 5-point pass for Rocky Mountain.
Wrestling her way through there. And she meets them right where she left them, right there on turn 3. Knocked to the inside, doesn't have to recycle too far back. Knocked to the outside, and they managed to pull her that time. A backwards bridge knocks her back about 30 feet.
Quigley now has the helmet panty for Denver, but picks up a cut track penalty while holding on to that helmet cover. This is going to be a power jam for Phantom Menace and the Rocky Mountain Roller Dolls.
Just what Rocky needs right now. Only a 15-point deficit, already 10 up on the board, and that's going to be 5 more. 15-point jam, biggest jam of the game so far, Ophelia.
Absolutely, and you know what's great is we could possibly see this next matchup at Champs. Both teams are in different playoffs. Denver going to be in the Sacramento bracket, Rocky Mountain going to be in the Salt Lake City bracket.
There you go. So good chance these teams might meet up once more. A lot of fans out there would be really happy to see that.
Oh, I would love to make that trip.
Nashville's a fun town anyway. 25-35. Denver's still in the lead, but not as much as they were at the beginning of the last jam. That is number 88 making her way on through. She, who cannot be named, breaks her way. She, who cannot be named, is she who is the jammer. Lead jammer, in fact.
Salvador bracing that Denver wall. And she who finds her way around 5-point pass for Rocky Mountain Roller Girls.
She who gets 5 points.
So again, that's Quigley wearing the star. She'll be jamming for Rocky Mountain, works her way around. Winona Fighter with a force out on the out. She moves to the in, and again, big force out by triple shot Misto.
Misto pulls her out. Meanwhile, up at the front of the pack, Rocky is through. That's going to be another grand slam for them. Folks, we got a tie game here. Knocked to the inside. Nice hit by Denver's number 00, Erkin Martin. Denver is through. That's their first trip through the pack. No points scored yet. And we passed the star on that one. Number 99 holding on to it down.
Quigley gonna pick up 1 point for Denver. 2-3 more for Rocky Mountain.
Snaking it away.
Rocky Mountain now with the first lead change of this game, 38-36, 20-47 in this game.
I have a feeling it will not be the last one, Ophelia.
Indeed, you are right. Hey, that lead change is brought to you by Rude Chicks. Awesome roller derby apparel for the whole family. Rude Chicks.
Back to the track there. We got an interesting lineup here. Denver on the pivot line this time. Rocky taking things a little farther back.
Doing a 3-1 to give themselves an opportunity to defend closer back to that jammer.
That is 7-1-9 out there. Alpha, cue up.
Busick lead jammer for the Denver Roller Dolls.
Alpha on the inside track, puts the pedal to the metal and makes it on through without any further contact. Busick hits the back of that pack, 4-wall in front of her. She calls it, but I think
Alpha definitely picked up a few points
she
there.
did.
That's 2
Picked
more
up 2.
for Rocky Mountain.
And I believe 2 for Denver as well, so no net gain on that one. 38-40, Rocky on top.
Guys, we thought this was going to be a crazy bout, but it's matching up to be all that we wanted and more. Hey, check out Sin City Skates. We've helped the other shop owners choose their first and second pairs of skates. Sin City is a proud sponsor of RollerCon 2014.
All right, 3-on-4 advantage of the pack for Rocky right now.
Schlong in the penalty box for Denver as they work on defending Sweets on the inside pack. One picks up a multiplayer call. That's Sweet Mary Payne, lead jammer, but
Kit
not
DeZellum.
far behind Kit DeZellum.
Right behind her, we got a little jammer on jammer action. DeZellum knocks Sweets to the side, gets a lead, doesn't last.
Beautiful call off there as 2 blockers now in the box for the Denver Roller Dolls.
Indeed, that's going to give RMRG Rocky Mountain a whole lot of room to work with as we start this next jam with just under 19 minutes to go. 2-point bout in favor of the Roller Girls. Skating's got posters, shirts, bags, and high fives. Check out Skating. I talked to him, Mo. Those high fives still are free.
I swear they charged me for that one last time.
I'm telling you, it wasn't a high five that you got.
All right, back to the track right now. 4-on-2, and Rocky doing a great job there. Phantom Menace's lead jammer.
Sharpless jamming for Denver, looking for the helmet pass. Hands it on over to Quigley.
Quigley caught up in the back of the pack right now. Phantom Menace hits hyperspace, runs into a little trouble there on that 3rd, 4th turn, and calls it off.
Great hustle by Schlong for Denver, buying some time for Quigley to get around. Unfortunately, no points picked up on that pass.
At this point in RollerCon, one of the things Denver's probably worried about is endurance. Endure Skatewear is Rolly Derby apparel. You train hard, you skate hard, you endure with Endure Skatewear.
All right, as has been the pattern here, we got 3-on-4 in the pack right now. Interesting setup that Denver's doing there. Just 1 blocker on the jam line, 1 pivot, I should say. Around the outside, Erkin Martin makes her way around number 99. Q just has her name on her right now.
Erkin, of course, has a little bit of history with Rocky Mountain. No one knows them quite like she does. And she's the lead jammer for Denver Roller Dolls.
Just a melee there in the front of that pack. She makes her way around and re-engages already.
She who having a hard time behind that Denver pack. 2 more to beat. They just keep recycling right around.
Toxic Tonic up there in the front organized that defense, and the pack just catches right back up with her.
Right up the inside. She who now completes her initial pass.
And not for long, things get called off with a quickness as Erkin puts her hands on her hips.
So we get going again. We're going to have just about 16 minutes to go in a close one. Rocky Mountain holding on to a 2-point lead, 45-43. Both teams making bold statements, and you know I love me a bold statement, like the ones Green Monster Roller Sports are saying. What they say is antic skate boots. They couldn't be more perfect if Jesus made them. I'm not gonna deny it, but I do love the boldness in that statement.
The 20th miracle was turning sandals into skates. All right, back to the track. Sweets M80 out there once more for Rocky Mountain. That's number 44 on her knees.
Cut track penalty called on Sweets. Power jam for Ashley Busick. Lead jammer for Denver Roller Dolls.
Up off her knees and right into lead jammer. 4-on-3 in the pack there. Let's see what Busick can do with that. She got 3 blockers in front of her.
Busick pushing forward, bridging out. Rocky Mountain's got one more to beat, and she's
3, 2,
through.
1. That's going to be a grand slam. 5 points for Denver there. That's another lead change, if I'm not mistaken.
Beck with a great offensive push to push number 9. Uber Ellis out, preventing the run back. Busick through. This time, 5 more points.
Sweet's back in the mix right now. Oh, picks up a track cut. Great awareness by number 28, Barrett. She is able to push her out, get behind her, pulls that cut. Very well done.
Denver definitely on the quickness today, pulling those track cuts on someone as experienced as Sweets. Busick through. 5 more points, Denver Roller Dolls.
Swing and a miss there by Rocky's number 37, Bob Loblaw, the team captain. Slows her down a bit, but not enough. She's back around now, taking another swing, got 4 blockers in front of her. Busick decides to call it.
And she's iced. The jammer for Rocky Mountain. Sweets will begin the next jam standing in the penalty box.
And that's a timeout for Rocky. Timeout brought to you by...
Timeout brought to you by Cirqueville Entertainment. Cirqueville Entertainment provides all your party needs. You can win every costume contest. We've had the Rydell party. We had Pants Off Dance Off tonight, the black and blue ball. Check out Cirqueville Entertainment. In addition, folks, want to make sure that you know about this one. At halftime, there are going to be t-shirts being flung into the crowd. So keep your seats. You could get some material to put on your back.
Getting lucky at RollerCon is a tradition.
Always, always, sir. And if by some chance you do not get one of those t-shirts, check out Derby Skins. They're dedicated to helping athletes look awesome while achieving their dreams. You can visit them in Capri 108.
All right, the clock is paused just under the 15-minute mark here as we go into Jam 10. This has turned into an official timeout. I think there might be an official review sort of pending right now. Yes, indeed. Got the nod. You guys don't do the big O over the head there that we sometimes do on the East Coast.
Hey, if you're trying to kill some time during timeouts, during bouts, during challenges, in between, got something to do, check out Dorothy Derby's Chronicles. Rise of the Undead Redhead is the first book in the Dorothy's Derby Chronicle series.
If Rocky's calling a review, perhaps it's on Denver's no pants wearing skaters. I don't know if you noticed that.
Trust
no
me,
pants.
I noticed that. Look, Mom, no pants. All right, looks like we are ready to go once more.
Must admit, everything is more fun without pants, guys.
Well, if you were there last night, you know that to be true. All right, 45-62 as we start things off here. Power jam for Denver, at least for a few seconds. That is number 36 out there. DeZellem is through and lead jammer.
All skaters now on the track. DeZellem pushes her way to the inside against all 4 Rocky blockers. She gets big push to the out, and they pull her back.
That was triple shot Misto with a huge hit. Sweets is through. That's her initial pass coming out of the box. She's not going to get a chance to score as DeZellem calls things off.
Big run back by Gagan on there, buying time for Rocky. Score 64-45, 13-51 remaining in this first half of play.
That jam brought to you by Monkey Lube LLC. Monkey Lube is not what you think it is. You can take the hassle out of cleaning and lubricating your bearings. Their 3-in-1 product will save you time, it'll save you money. That's what Monkey Lube really is.
Right, for skates. I knew that. All right, back to the track. What do we got out there, Ophelia?
Well, we got a 4-3 blocker advantage for Rocky Mountain, and we got Sharpless jamming for Denver. She's lead. They're out of play. And we got 719 Alpha Q up, jamming for Rocky Mountain. 2 blockers in the box, 1 apiece. Sharpless hits the rear of that pack. Up the outside, calls that off before Alpha can get in. 1 point.
No, stakes are thrown away.
The quickness.
Got him there right before that 4th whistle.
Alrighty, guys, Rydell Skates, proud sponsor once again of RollerCon 2014. Unmatched quality, unmatched performance, Rydell Skates.
4-3 pack advantage for Denver. Julie Adams jamming for the Denver Roller Dolls.
I believe that is her first appearance as jammer today. Second appearance as jammer today. Good memory. Better than mine. All right, Rocky with a quickness right off that line is Phantom Menace, lead jammer.
Julie Adams gets forced out, finds her way up the inside. Beautiful footwork, 2 more to beat. Fantastic recycling up front. She's going to push them right out of play and complete her initial pass as Phantom Menace works her way around.
She's got a 3-wall in front of her. Rocky lagging back a little bit. Phantom Menace gets to the outside and calls it with, let's just say, a little bit of...
a sense of urgency.
Yes, there we go. That's the one.
So 12 minutes and counting. Denver holding on to a 67-49 lead. Phantom Menace with a name like that, you know she's probably a Star Wars geek. Since she's skating, she's probably a skate geek too. Skate Geek has customized roller derby apparel with uncompromised quality and value.
By the sounds of the crowd, am I to assume that She-Who is jamming for Rocky
I do
Mountain?
believe you are correct. She-Who gets she-booed. All right, in the front right now, Denver working their way through a very tight defense there.
Busick is through lead jammer for Denver. Fantastic footwork pushing 20.
She-Who recycled all the way to the back. She's got 4 blockers in front of her as she gets pushed to the inside, recycled back a second time.
Beautiful teamwork by Denver to get that forced out. 2 skaters running back to pull She-Who way back as Busick is again on a scoring pass.
Assault and Pepper working with Bob Blah Blah up there in the front, shutting down Busick's advance. That is just a tight defense right there. Busick finds her way through. Oh, edge to the outside. What a hit by number 555, Barbie Bop. Boop.
Looks like She-Who getting called on a forearm penalty as the jammer, meaning we're going to start this next jam in a power jam for the Denver Roller Dolls.
Denver definitely has the advantages in power jams so far, Ophelia.
Absolutely, and that's going to be a game changer.
Indeed. Hey, this power jam will be brought to you by Wiley Stitches. They're located in the East Vendor Village at E72, just outside the front door here. And also, they do on-site personalization.
This low score a testament to the ferocity of the 2 teams' defenses as we go back to the track. Power jam for Denver right now. And speaking of a ferocious defense.
DeZellem jamming for Denver. She is lead as she pushes through. Rocky setting up in front of that Denver offense.
If these skaters aren't careful, they might cross the pivot line at some point.
That's the Sin City Skates pivot line.
That is correct.
Great teamwork here by Rocky Mountain, keeping those arms out. No impenetrable link that I can see, but a high block being called.
And that is the state of WFTDA Derby right now. That sort of power is what you need to skate these days. Being able to bulldoze your way through. And then as soon as I say that, She Who Cannot Be Named comes out and shows me what agility could do on the track.
All right, so Ump has a late call on a high block on DeZellem here. Rocky Mountain's coach saw the outside pack ref make the call a lap earlier, held him to it to make sure that they followed up on that penalty. Power jam.
Is through. That's going to be a grand slam for her. Just what Rocky's looking for. 5 in the sky.
Big opportunity for Rocky as She Who approaches the pack.
Good job of breaking up that defense there by the Rocky blockers.
Tracy Akers, first bridge for Denver. 2 more to beat as She Who looks to be on a scoring pass.
She Who's got 1 more left to get through. Nice dodge to the inside and she's through. That's another 5 points for Rocky Mountain. DeZellem is out of the box, into the pack, hits it hard. An interesting tactic there by Denver's team captain, Lauren Salvador.
DeZellem desperately pushing forward with every inch of power that she has as She Who in the front pushes through Denver's pack, almost at a standstill.
Oh, we went for the full 2 on that one, ladies and gentlemen.
That was one hellacious jam, guys. You know, Hellskate is an upcoming roller derby horror movie. Something Wicked This Way rolls. I'm gonna need some popcorn. I'm gonna need a blanket, and I'm gonna need somebody to keep the lights on.
We've got a 19-point game here, 62-81. Denver is in the lead. Rocky's shaving away at it.
Who would have guessed that this game would be as close as it is?
Oh, my
It's
goodness.
almost like they're ranked one spot apart.
Oh, wait a minute here. I may have spoken a little too soon. Looks like we have a score adjustment on the board.
Denver with a timeout.
Denver taking the timeout. Hey, keep in mind, at halftime, there will be T-shirts tossed into the crowd. If you want to get one of those, check it out.
All right, official timeout has been called here, actually. I have a feeling there might be some scoreboard adjustments being made, but we'll double check on that in just a moment.
When we find out, they will find out, right? Hey, if you get one of those T-shirts and you want to do maybe some customization to it, check out Persephone's Treasures. You can get your name and number in over 50 colors, including glitter rainbow.
That's
Persephone's
all the
Treasures.
colors. That's cheating.
That's for the indecisive. You love them all. You put them on there.
Is it warm in here or is it just me?
Well, I'm pretty damn hot myself, but I think everybody's pretty warm. Okay, I think that is the official score up there now. 62-76. It's a 14-point game, not a 19-point game.
Pushing up, that's Sharpless jamming for Denver, and we have a power jam for the Denver Roller Dolls. That's a high block called on Alpha Q up for Rocky Mountain.
All right, Sharpless approaching, jukes to the outside, back to the inside. Number 86, the Salt and Pepper, is not fooled by this.
She's getting some help from Uber Alice in the front of the pack, and she gets through. 5-point pass for Denver Roller Dolls.
Pops right on through there after some severe beating. 3-on-3 pack. 1982, Ariel Quigley doing her best to break things up a little bit there.
Alpha working her way on the outside.
Oh, pedal to the metal. She's through on the inside there. Beautiful job of acceleration and getting through that pack.
Sharpless hitting the pack.
And
Finds her
calls
own
it.
girls.
That was too little, too late, I have a feeling.
Absolutely, that's a 4-point pass for Rocky Mountains. Alpha Q up.
We're going to have about 6 minutes to go when we get going. We got a 20-point bout. Denver 86, Rocky Mountain 66. Rydell Skates. Everyone, check it out. They've got the new Radar Presto. Presto, the new standard for high performance. Rydell, unmatched quality, unmatched performance.
Starting out here with a 4-3 pack advantage for Rocky. Denver down a blocker. That's
Not for long.
Julie Adams jamming for Denver as Phantom
R2D2.
Menace. Jamming, pushing out front for 20. She got one more to beat. She gets through Salvador and lead jammer going to Phantom Menace.
All right, Rocky picking up lead jammer on this one. Denver not far behind, maybe 5 strides or so. Phantom Menace hits it and quits it. I think she got one. 1 and 1 it looks like, actually. Denver snaking a point away at the last second.
So once again, another bold statement being made. Rocky Mountain, fall down early, come back. Coming back one more time. Another bold statement by Green Monster Roller Sports, Antic Skate Boots, because your skates suck.
Julie Adams sitting in the sin bin for Denver. Power Jam is going to go to She-Who of the Rocky Mountain Roller Girls.
Rocky looking for a break like this as we move into the halftime. She-Who on the right up the middle, frankly. Some ferocious defense there by Schlong, holding her back in time to get a little reinforcement from the back of the pack, but she finds her way around the outside. Lead jammer, Rocky.
Rocky fired up in the rear of the pack, getting ready for Julie Adams. She-Who hits that pack cut, gets some great offense by Salt and Pepper.
Salt and Pepper seasons things up in the front a little bit for her there. But they are still just holding tight. Maybe a little tenderizer was needed, not salt and pepper. There we go.
Julie Adams hanging on to that outside line, and she's through to complete her initial pass. Beautiful gymnastic balance on that line.
Blockers just recycling right and left of the pack. And Phantom Menace is going to have to call it. She earned all 5 of those points.
Absolutely.
At one point.
4 minutes and counting, 86-72, Rocky Mountain making that big comeback. Folks, just another reminder, there's going to be T-shirts distributed through those stands at halftime. Don't go too far. You might catch something to put on your back.
All right, 14 points once again separating these two teams. This has been as close as it's been in the second half of this first half of this game.
I can tell you that according to Flat Track Stats, Denver's underperforming. They did give them that advantage, but Rocky really fighting for this, and they have won the last 2 meetings.
All right, up in the front there, Busick makes it on through. Lead jammer Busick. Oh, nice job
Alpha
of staying
Q
legal.
up, jumping over that apex, 1 foot. She is through. Busick hitting the back, gets the swimming offense.
Hits it and quits it. Was it in time? No! Rocky comes away with a couple of points on that as well.
What Rocky's doing so well here is they're taking advantage of every point scoring opportunity. When they hear that whistle or they see that jammer about to call off, they're sprinting for every point. They really want it.
You got 4 blasts of that whistle. Make use of at least 3 of them. All right, we got a 13-point game as Rocky, ever so slowly chips away at this lead. We got about 3 minutes left in the first half. 3-on-4 in the pack. Advantage Rocky right now. Phantom Menace in once more for the ladies in red. She's knocked to the inside and re-enters.
The Zellum jamming for Denver. She's got to push through. Rocky doing a great job of recycling. Lead jammer going to Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace just ghosting out of nowhere there. Impressive job of getting through, but she's only got about 5 feet of a lead. 5 foot of a lead. Cruises to the front there. Looks like she is valuing score over anything right now. We got some late blocks.
Way out of play.
Yeah. She grabs her 4 points. Meanwhile, back in the pack, Rocky doing a good job of shutting down Zellum's advance. They're chasing her, but do not make contact. Phantom Menace hits the back of that pack. 3 blockers in front of her, and she's going to call it.
Wisely calling that off.
No points on that last jam, or last pass, I should say, for Rocky.
Guys, these skaters are out there showing you exactly why they call it the black and blue ball going on tonight. If you need something last minute to pick up to wear to that, check out Wheels or Heels for all your derby apparel needs. Check out Wheels or Heels. They've got booty shorts and t-shirts starting at just $10. Looks like we got a timeout on the track, guys.
Timeout Denver, yes indeed. 13-point game once more going into this jam. Got some timeouts, you may as well use them. Who's this timeout brought to us by, Mr. Clitter?
This timeout brought to you by Square Cat Skates. Full-service roller skate shop selling custom scrimmage shirts and exclusive roller derby t-shirts. Square Cat Skates. If you need to customize some other stuff, check out Stitch Up Stickers and Dress Derby. Custom helmet stickers, wifey water bottles, wacky socks, sassy tights, derby string dolls, and more. Stitched Up Derby stickers and Dress Derby.
All right, that was our timeout. We got time for at least 1 more jam here, potentially 2, at just under 2 minutes.
Yep. Denver beating up, seeing what they can do to capitalize on this minute 59 left in this half.
Nobody in the penalty box as we start things off here. Both teams playing at full strength.
Sounds like we got Shihu jamming for Rocky. I believe that's Sharpless jamming for Denver.
Yes, indeed.
Rocky with a 3-wall up front, bracing. They're going to be moving around with the force out
4,
and get
2,
the cut.
3, pulls the cut on Sharpless, and she is off to the box. Just what Rocky was looking for as they enter this. Of course, they're also looking to get through that pack at the front. Denver is not making it easy for her, and she's through. There we go. Lead jammer on her first pass.
All 8 skaters on the track to defend and aggress towards this power jam for Shihu. On the inside, Akers is there to brace with Salvador.
3-wall in front of her. Number 52 moves on up to assist. Gallo.
And stays up on her feet. 5-point pass for Rocky Mountain, drawing this game closer and closer.
8-point game right now as she who hits that pack, cuts to the middle, and is stopped in her tracks.
Sharpless hits the rear of that pack, and they brace that back wall for her power. Looking for a helmet pass. She who's still working her way through Akers around the outside. And they
Both
just
defenses, just closing on up here, closing ranks, holding these ladies back. Interesting situation.
Well, she retains the panty because Akers was so busy annihilating Shihu that she couldn't complete that helmet pass. So As the clock ticks down, I believe that may have been our last jam of this first half.
Well, barring anything unexpected, this is a 3-point game here right now. Rocky managing to close this lead very effectively in the closing minutes of this.
A 3-point game at the half? Are you guys not losing your mind right now?
They were more excited about the 14 points, ladies and gentlemen. All right, that is the half. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your butts. We are moving into the second half here with these two dudes. All right, 30 minutes on the clock.
We're getting started, and we have 10 skaters on the track to begin this first jam of the second half, Denver versus Rocky.
Rocky gets an early jump off the line, but Denver does not let that go. Oh, track cut on number 44. Busick is headed to the box.
Sweets pushes her way out 20 feet. She's going to get past, and lead jammer going to Sweet Mary Payne.
First lead jam of the half going to Rocky here. Got a wall of 4 in front of her. Attenuates down to a wall of 2, and she's through. That's going to be 4 points. Folks, that's a lead change right there.
Using her size efficiently to barrel down the inside line as she comes around for another scoring pass. Up the inside, Mike Moore is there with the force out. Still pushing forward as Rocky prepares for Busick to enter the track.
Busick with a cautious entrance to that Rocky defense, looking for holes, probing for weak spots, having a hard time finding them. Up in the front, Rocky calls it. Might have been a bit late. No, Rocky does not pick up any points on that.
Yeah,
Denver does not.
just completed their initial pass, and she called that one off.
All right, that puts Rocky up at 99 points over Denver's 92. Lead change in the first jam of the second half, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta love that.
This lead change is brought to you by Cheese Balls Bearings. Great quality skate bearings at a terrific price. Even better if you win them with the raffle and they're free.
If your name is Maisie, you just won some. All right, back to the track. 4-on-3 advantage. Ooh, for Denver in the pack. A hard fall on the outside is number 36, Kit DeZellum.
Big hit by Uber Alice. Lead jam going to Rocky Mountain as they barrel through on their first scoring pass. That's Alpha Q up for Rocky Mountain.
Alpha looking for the way on the outside, cuts to the inside. Her pivot trying to push her on through by main force there.
Calling that one off, prevent any points being scored by Denver.
Devil horns for Rocky there. They break the century point with a 2-point jam. Current score 92-101, Rocky.
Indeed, this has been thus far a killer bout. Check out 187 Killer Pads. Now with Derby-specific products, experience the trusted choice of athletes worldwide.
And if you want some 187 pads, report to the merch table. I believe that was Spunk, or possibly S-Punk. Back to the action here. Both teams skating with full capacity.
Sharpless jamming for Denver.
Phantom Menace out there for Rocky. She's down to 2 blockers at 20 feet, pushing her way on through. Edge to the outside. Oh, I could feel the force that she was using to stay in.
Absolutely, just barely on the border there. She's through and beginning her scoring pass. Phantom Menace on the outside. Can Denver contain her?
Rocky coming back with a vengeance here. Phantom Menace is through for 5 points. Grand slam for Rocky.
Toxic Tonic with a great offensive push to get those last couple of points. Gonna hit that pack. Pushing up the inside, Phantom Menace can't seem to get around more, and Salvador.
Knocked to the outside, Salvador with a 1-2-3 punch. And look at that, 5 points picked up by Denver in a non-lead situation.
Yeah, that was Akers that received the helmet pass, picking up points for Denver. 96-107, 26-09 remaining in this game.
11-point differential between these two teams. Right now, nobody's sitting out any penalties. That sounds like she who gets booed is on the line right now for Rocky.
And Julie Adams jamming for Denver, taking her time on the outside.
Yeah, to get a little momentum here before the whistle. Used to see that a lot more. Rocky controlling the front of the pack right now. Adams looking for her way through, knocked to the inside, stays
Fantastic
good.
footwork, juking around. Oh, that's Erkin Martin, lead jammer for Denver. Erkin Martin.
Martin's first lead jam, I should say Denver's first lead jam of the second half.
She was still pushing her way through, having a hard time getting around Schlong.
Schlong doing a great job of organizing and reinforcing that defense. Denver's going to pick up, looks like 4 more unreturned by Rocky. Once more, this game is tightening up. 101-107. Rocky still in the lead.
So it's a close one, just like we thought this time. Rocky Mountain 6-point lead, 25 minutes to go. Want to make sure we recognize WUFTA. They are giving us the rules by which we are playing. It's also a good slogan for these teams: real, strong, athletic, revolutionary.
Indeed. Busick now jamming for Denver Roller Dolls.
Rocky without a pivot on the track right now. Sweets is out there trying to push her way through 4 very determined to 10 Denver defenders.
Busick's got one more to beat, and she does it out of play call. That's Toxic Tonic, giving it everything she has, laying it on the line for Rocky.
Pushing her out like that, went out herself, followed her out, picked up a penalty for that, slowed her up a bit, not enough to stop her from getting lead jammer, not enough to stop her from getting through for 4 more points, 5 more points.
Huge stop here for Salvador on Sweet Mary Payne, who hands that helmet cover off.
We got a 1-point game, ladies and gentlemen. And just like that, Denver takes the lead. 107-110, Denver rolling into the lead on that last jam.
That lead change brought to you by the Sisu SISU Guard. If you haven't yet discovered the awesomeness that is Sisu Guards, visit Sin City Skates today.
Mr. Clitter, I get hit in the mouth a lot. Do you think I could use a Sisu Guard?
I think you could definitely use a Sisu Guard.
All right, we got an official timeout here, reviewing something. So, not quite sure what it is. Tell us, who's this official timeout brought to us by?
This official timeout brought to you by Trixie Be True. Brilliant bags and accessories inspired and magically handcrafted by skaters. Be you, be true, Trixie Be True. That's not the bug zapper over there, that is a taser.
Yeah, I've heard that sound before.
Once again, we want to recognize that taser comes from Damsel in Defense, equipping women across the U.S. with stylish self-defense products. Join their mission today.
All right, as our official timeout wears on, ladies and gentlemen, how about those Denver Mile High Clubbers? My goodness. Coming into the lead here, busting on through, taking the lead here at 23-28. And ladies and gentlemen, fighting the good fight, give it up for Rocky Mountain.
No letdown whatsoever here at RollerCon, is there?
No, indeed.
It just gets better and better.
As I was saying, this is a rematch of a bout that happened just about 1 year ago right here on this track. Really excited to see this. I watched that bout from the audience, and I'm so thrilled to be up in the high skybox calling this one.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, it has the makings of having the same dramatic ending as the game last year.
Say what you want about those WFTDA rankings in this situation. Well, you don't get much more accurate than 1 spot apart.
It is a classic matchup. I think you could do this. I think you could do this match 10 times and it would come out pretty much the same, but maybe with a different winner each time.
Yeah, there you go. There's only 2 winners. If you had a different winner each time, that'd be weird.
Maybe they flip-flop.
Sac City wins over Rocky and Denver. That would be strange.
And they weren't even playing.
Sometimes you talk about stupid stuff when official timeouts go on for a while. She agrees with me. All right. I think we're ready to go here.
That timeout brought to you by Roller Bones. Roller Bones and Bones bearings are the highest quality urethane and steel precision parts on the market.
All right, so we're actually going to start with a jammer in the box for Rocky Mountain. Perhaps it was an illegal panty pass. that may have occurred. What I saw was the jammer grab her cover and dive forward, but maybe the blocker pivot grabbed it. Who knows?
Well, whatever you think, the jammer in the box does not agree with you.
Sure.
That was an incredulous head shake right there. Okay, up in the front. Oh, track cut on number 36, Kit DeZellem. She's headed to the box.
Well, Sweets is pleased with that call. She'll be taking her time re-entering that track. No jammer on the track currently, as they will do a little switcheroo.
Little musical jammer action, 4 on 4 in the pack right now.
Sweets hits that seam right down the middle and just gets him running forward and around. She's going to be lead jammer for Rocky Mountain.
Wow.
Huge turn of events for Rocky.
Out of the penalty box and right into the lead jammer position. Impressive work by M80. Sweets right up there in the front right now. Bulldozing her way through a 3-wall.
Barrett's there with Schlong trying to get that stop. She is through. That's going to be a 5-point pass.
And with that 5-point pass, we have another lead change. In harmony, no less. All right, Sweets on the outside there. Barrett trying to slow her up. Does so. She has to call it. Picking up 2 points on that one.
110-114. Rocky now in the lead. 22:06 remaining in that game. Super exciting. What we got over here?
Seesaw battle indeed. You need a real good grip. You're working with a saw. Check out Sure Grip International. If you're curious what the 45-degree Avenger skate's like, come by and test it out. Sure Grip International.
Just under 22 minutes here. Rocky with a sliver of a lead, 4 points. Certainly could go either way right now. Both teams at full capacity in the pack and on the jam line.
Sharpless jamming for Rocky, trying to make her way around intense. Rocky back wall, she does it. Blasts her way through Winona Fighter for the lead jammer.
Alpha looking for her way up in the front of the pack there. Living up to her name, and she is through. Her blocker picks up a penalty on that, but a little late. I'll fuck you up, working her way around. Oh, and right on through that pack as Denver loses their jammer to a penalty call. Some confusion.
Rocky thought they should have had some points there. Guys in stripes disagree. But when do they really ever agree?
Well, looks like, according to the board, we got a 2-point game right now.
All right, both jammers are on the track.
Little pile up there, right at the jam line.
Erkin keeping her feet in. That was wonderful. But lead jammer.
Phantom Menace.
That's Phantom Menace, lead jammer for Rocky. Erkin around the outside. One more to beat. She's going to pick up a forearms penalty. Power jam. Rocky Mountain with a 5-point pass.
Phantom Menace with an apex jump on that last pass. Works her way right around 2 walls. Spins right up. Oh, push to the inside. Comes in legally just a ways back behind a 3-wall now. Has to do all that work all over again. Already got the 5 points.
Absolutely.
May as well call it. All right, Rocky broadening a very thin lead, 112-124.
But Denver still definitely wants that. Schlong with a beautiful force out just as you see started to escape 20 feet, bringing her back. 112-124, 19:39 remaining.
Yeah, we're under the 20-minute mark here, folks, in a game that by definition could go either way.
Erkin starting in the penalty box.
All right, Rocky taking advantage of an initial power jam situation. 4 in front of her.
Shiho jamming for Rocky. Mike Moore is there to hold that 3-wall. Just carefully waltzing step by step, and they're gonna drop another bridge. 2 more to beat.
That was 3-4 time. Good call. 2 in front of her right now. Oh, catches the inside. She's through. All right, she is through legally. I thought that might have been a forearm, but that was on the blocker.
Both Moore and Akers picking up penalties. Denver now down to 2-1 blocker.
Extremely abbreviated pack as Rocky works their way around here. 2-on-2 in the pack. Dodging in, dodging out, chasing her down is number 52, Gallo. Slows her up a bit, but that's a grand slam for Rocky.
This jam feeling a little bit frantic, moving faster than any jam we've seen so far. We got a micro pack as Shihu looking for some offense. 2 more to beat. Salvador recycles around.
Great job of recycling. Wow. And she calls it not before Denver does some damage.
That was just excellent footwork. Being able to contain her with her chest and get that force out, popping her out with the hips, with a run back. Great position there.
119-132, Rocky Mountain still with the lead, but it is shrinking every second.
No lead is going to be safe with these two teams, I think. The next 18 minutes got me salivating, guys. Sandwich Skatewear, designers of the famous PVJ shirt and other delicious apparel. Stop by for a free sticker.
All right, just under 18 minutes left to go here, ladies and gentlemen, in a game that is as tight as, well, as you can imagine.
And that's Alpha Q up jamming for Rocky Mountain. She is the lead. Busick jamming now for Denver. She is through the pack.
Busick makes it on through just as Alpha makes it on around. Got a 3-wall in front of her. Busick on the inside. It's called. I think she picked up a point or two.
And call off in the nick of time. 1 point Rocky. If Colin will show me the points, I will report how many points were scored. Colin to shots, everybody. There he is. Yeah, boo! Colin to shots.
Check out 888, proud sponsor of RollerCon 2014 Action Sports Protective Gear. Looks like we've got a timeout on the track.
Might be a point review right there.
Sure, that's an official timeout. Calling the shots, wanting to make sure everything is everything. Again, big thank you to all our referees, volunteers. These refs, of course, for a sanctioned bout, top of the game. We appreciate them being here and their time, NSOs as well.
And we want to thank you folks out there in the audience for behaving yourselves, keeping the fire lanes clear, keeping your bags under the chairs, yada, yada, yada. You know the drill. Back to the action. All right, 3-on-4 advantage Denver in the pack right now.
Sweet Mary Payne now jamming for Rocky Mountain, working her way around Akers, who's holding down that pack. And Sweet Mary Payne picking up a back block call. Power jam going to DeZellum of Denver at a great opportunity for them to pick up a few more points and close this gap.
She makes her way around the last man standing. She's through for lead jammer. DeZellum working her way around now. 3-on-4 advantage for Denver in the pack as they line up, showing her where they wanted to go, right up the middle.
And they push that pack forward to pick up some speed. DeZellum pushing through. She's got to get through Winona Fighter. One more to beat, and she does it, but picks up a high block call.
High block, ladies and gentlemen. DeZellum headed to the box.
And that's a tough call because she was trying to wrap around that last blocker, and when she did it, her head made contact with the opposing blocker.
One situation where being shorter is not good. It's not just jars on the high shelf.
All right, so we have Sweet Mary Payne back on the track. This is going to be a full 2-minute jam.
That's going to be a full 30 seconds in the box for Denver. Sweet Mary Payne trying to make some hay in the form of points while the sun shines. Dodges to the inside. She's through. That is her initial pass. No points will be scored.
It does. It is. And she comes in for her first pass, first scoring pass. Rocky Mountain holding back, looking for the offensive sweep.
Good job of breaking up that defense. Sweets needs a little help up there. No, she doesn't. Right around the outside. One blocker left. Too far out in front. She's through for a grand slam. Rocky Mountain adds 5 points to their total.
And here DeZellum re-enters the track to hit that rocky back wall. We have a panty pass. Sweets handing that over to her pivot. DeZellum now through.
DeZellum picks up 5. Out of the box, grand slam for DeZellum. Rocky picks up a couple of points on that last pass. Believe that was 3. Tough to tell from this angle. 124-140, I believe, is the score. 16-point game.
So we're going to have about 14 minutes to go and we get going again. Ladies and gentlemen, you having a good time?
Are you having a good time? Are you enjoying this game? Let's hear it.
Give these skaters a round of applause.
Do you want more games like this at RollerCon? Let us know. There's going to be an official feedback poll that you'll see online.
Phantom Menace pulled on back, recycled it back by Denver's pivot. She's in there just wrestling her way through a very tough line up in the front right now.
Sharpless jamming for Denver, trying to push through Barbie Boop's reinforced wall. Phantom Menace, one more to beat on the outside, and she does it.
Great footwork by her, staying on just the right side of the line.
Sharpless, she makes her way through, re-entering the track legally. Now in scoring position.
Phantom Menace calls it, but not before Sharpless gets in front of her. Oh, look at that. Denver snaking the points. Offsides, my goodness. Great heads-up skating by Denver. Maybe taking a page on the Rockies book in the first half.
We got great action here, and if you like this, make sure you check out Roller Derby's World Cup, taking place this December. Don't miss the biggest international roller derby tournament. We will see you in Dallas.
124-144, Rocky in the lead by 20 as we start off the next jam.
Big jam by Erkin with a 4-2 pack advantage. They have one to free up on offense. She's now on her scoring pass as She Who has 3 more to push through.
She Who has 1 more to push through and gets her way on by. She's taken off. Oh, beautiful. Just a, what did you call that, a half axle or something by Erkin Martin.
And that's a great call off. 1 blocker release, still 1 standing in the box for Rocky Mountain. I know she was hoping to ice both of them as the clock ticks down here. Score 128-144, 12 and a half left in this exciting sanctioned WFTDA play.
That jam brought to you by Wicked Skatewear. Visit the Wicked booth in Capri Room 109.
And the short penalties of this year mean a lot less people sitting in the box at the beginning of jams. 3-on-4 out there on the track. We've seen a lot less micro packs than we have in years past. That's for sure. Up in the front of the pack, Busick makes her way on through. Lead jammer for Denver. Mile High Club picking that one up. Fight Club looking to make her way through. That is 7-1-9. Alpha Q up.
Alpha gonna pick up that cut track penalty. Both officials confirming that call. Yeah. Power jam going to Busick of Denver's Mile High Club. Busick still making her way through. 1 more to beat out front. Pushing. And that's a 5-point pass for Denver.
Denver bringing this game up to 9-point differential. Busick could pull things out here depending on how things go.
Minute 10 remaining in this jam. Big toss up in the turn 3. She gets held up and through for 5 more points for Denver. Denver's blocking, re-engaging the rear of the pack. Rocky down to 3.
Striking distance of the lead. Nearly so.
Denver setting up to deal with Alpha Q. Meanwhile, as this game draws closer, another 4 points. This is a 14-point jam so far for Busick.
And a 2-point game and a track cut for Rocky. Oh no!
Huge turn of events for Denver Roller Girls. They're going to be able to push through, and
folks,
that's 5 more points.
That is a lead change. Denver in the lead, 144-147.
Busick again pushes through on the outside. Big force out, just gonna call that one off. She's done enough work. A few more points here for Denver. And
wow.
Rocky Mountain wisely gonna be taking a timeout.
Yeah, 144-151. Denver just all over that jam. Back-to-back penalties for Rocky.
So coming out of halftime, Rocky definitely had the edge. They came in with momentum and fire. They were handling it, and they put up a 20-point lead. But starting to lose control here as Denver taking advantage of every point-scoring opportunity in every power jam. That was 18 points, I believe, for Busick in that last jam.
So yeah, Rocky Mountain wants to regroup, settle down, do what they do best, come back out, last 10 minutes, try to get that momentum back going, see what they can do like they did in the first half.
Yeah, sometimes a timeout in a situation like this is just what you need. Regroup. Are they talking strategy? Maybe, but maybe just the break in the play is all that you need here to get things going in the opposite direction. Denver out of the line right there. Clearly, I don't know, just saying let's keep doing what we're doing.
The officials, of course, already ready to get back into this action. 10:24 remaining in this exciting bout.
That timeout brought to you by Roller Derby Elite. Roller Derby Elite Series skates involved in roller derby since 1936.
All right, so we're going to start this one off. Denver in a power jam, and also with very few Rocky skaters in the pack. I guess they have 3. I thought there were only 2.
That's DeZellum jamming for Denver. Another blocker off the track for Rocky. She's got 2 more to beat. Fantastic blocking by Rocky.
Rocky's jammer back on in there. She is looking to make her way around, and Alpha is got 3 left to get through.
Triple shot Misto and Make You Pay are just giving a hell of a time to DeZellum. She's still trying to complete her pass. And meanwhile, out of the penalty box, Alpha Q, lead jammer for Rocky Mountain Roller Girls.
Less than half a lap advantage. She smashes into the back there. That's going to be a back block.
And she knew that was coming. She knew what she did. She's going to go pay for that.
Came in hot and paying the price. That means Denver has the opportunity here to put up more points, and that's 5 of them right there.
And what I'm seeing here is DeZellum really take her time and calculate where she's going to go. Denver's really taking advantage of staying on the track here.
DeZellum knocked to the inside, recycled back a ways. Denver doing a good job of limiting that recycling damage.
Yes, really prevented that run back, playing some aggressive offense here. DeZellum on the outside. 5 more points for Denver, putting them at 161.
Denver controlling the back of that pack here, getting the run-up is DeZellum. Once more, like you said, prepares for a surgical strike at the front of that pack. Rocky throwing everything they got at her, knocking her to the outside. They're going to pull her all the way, as far back as they can, bridging her all the way back.
Forced out by Salvador as Alpha re-enters the track. DeZellum still working her way past Bob Blabla.
Alpha with back-to-back penalties. Rocky's had a couple of those this half, and that they have suffered because of it.
Back and forth action. 2 equally matched teams. It's going to come down to the little things, guys. Last 8 minutes. Again, the big question, Rusty or Warren, which is it going to be?
148, 163, 8 minutes remaining. Denver in the lead. Of course, we've seen this game go back and forth. These next few minutes are going to be critical. Can Rocky stay on the track?
15, 20 points is about as big of a differential as we've seen this game. 15 points, we've seen it made up very quickly. Rocky suffering from penalties as we move into the last few minutes.
Sharpless jamming for Denver, pushing out at 20 feet. They're out of play, gotta let her go. Lead jammer to Denver's Sharpless.
Phantom Menace caught up in the back there, bridged and recycled all the way back. We got a handoff in the front to 1896.
Tootsie Roller now with the helmet cap. And she definitely takes an elbow to the face.
Did not look happy about that. She's pulled quite a ways back there. Meanwhile, up at the front, Sharpless is through once more. Denver throws up 5 more points.
Denver reloading in the front of the pack as they recycle and get ready for Tootsie Roller to hit that pack. Cassie Beck reinforcing that front wall on the outside.
Tootsie Roller knocked to the outside, stays legal, goes to the inside. Oh, she's going to be pulled back.
Beck again with the force out. Barrett looks like she gets the cut track. That's Cassie Beck and Barrett. Teamwork makes the dream work. Denver again with the edge in the power jam. 6 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. Sharpless through. 5 more points for the Denver Roller Girls as they just pile it on.
Yeah, 30 points is as big a differential as we have seen. This is the biggest lead of the game so far. At 6.5 minutes left. Sharpless knocked to the inside. She comes back around. Great job of Denver limiting the recycle.
Just really seeing Denver's jammers be conservative and take their time. And they do end up icing Tootsie Roller in the penalty box.
Yeah,
so we're going to start off with the power jam
We have
for Denver.
seen Rocky get in trouble, coming in hot, entering the pack with a little too much force, getting called on that. That's happened a couple of times.
So let's kind of regroup and summarize everything for you. Just about 6 minutes to go. Denver Roller Girls hanging on to a 30-point lead. Make that about a 34-point lead, 182-148 over the Rocky Mountain Roller Girls. Rocky Mountain calls a timeout. They want to regroup. They want to try to establish something in the last 6 minutes, see what they can do.
They've held on to the timeouts thus far. No reason not to use them.
You can't take them with you. This timeout brought to you by Rydell Skates. Make your skates your own with custom color, handcrafted Color Lab boots by Rydell Skates. Handmade by expert craftsmen in the USA for over 65 years. Check out Rydell Skates.
Oh, a little love out there on the line between our Denver skaters there. They are feeling pretty good about this situation, obviously.
And they make the choice putting Erkin Martin on the line for Denver.
They're going to enjoy a brief power jam as things get going here. 4-on-4 pack. Rocky has their work cut out for them at 6 minutes and 11 seconds.
Sure do, and they're going to pin Denver to the back of the line, play as aggressive defense as they can. Akers with a screen on the out.
Denver gets right on up in their faces. They're knocking things around. Erkin Martin up in the front. She's through. Great agility by Martin.
Tootsie Roller right off the bat. Gonna try and hand this helmet cover off. I could have called that
Denver not making it easy for her to do so.
She's trying to hand that off to Toxic Tonic, but retains it at this point. And Erkin with the cut track penalty. Could this be the break that Rocky is looking for?
Rocky needs some points here as the minutes tick on down.
Tootsie Roller still the active jammer. She's got that helmet cover in her hand, and she's gonna have to push her way through.
Oh, knocked to the inside.
That's Salvador,
in.
captain
legally
of the Denver Roller Dolls, just doing a fantastic job of being a leader on that track.
All right, Tootsie Roller putting that cover back on her helmet, working her way around here. That was only her initial pass, knocked to the outside. Denver, Rocky limits the damage. Well, not quite that much. Mike Moore comes back a little bit too far, gets out of play, and it's going to allow her to cut right on in here.
Well, Denver doing a great job of killing that power jam, only putting up a few points for Rocky.
Erkin Martin is back in, and Rocky just walling up and shutting her down, keeping her right in the back, trying to knock her to the inside, unable to do so. Martin stays on her skates very effectively.
5 in the sky, and Erkin is happy about that.
Tootsie Roller still in trouble in the pack right there. Looking for a weakness in that Denver defense.
That's going to be a back block call on Erkin. Came in a little too hard with that shoulder. She jams like a blocker.
Yeah.
She moves people around, and occasionally she's going to pick up that call.
We have seen a lot of those calls this game. Well, Rocky is going to roll on into this next jam. Probably one of the last few jams of this game.
Sad.
Indeed, this power jam will be brought to you by Pivot Star. Pivot Star asks one simple question. Where will Derby take you?
37-point differential, not insurmountable for Rocky, but they have their work cut out for them. As I said earlier, they really have to get some points up. They are under the 4-minute mark as we get things going.
It's safe to say Denver's had their share of penalty trouble in the past sanctioned play, so anything could definitely happen here. Now jamming for Rocky Mountain is Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace stays legal. It was a close thing on that outside line, but she works her way around as lead jammer. 3 in front of her. 2 in front of her. 1 in front of her, and she's through.
Yeah, she sneaks by Schlong on the inside line. And that's 5 points for Rocky Mountain Roller Girls.
Got 4 in front of her. She starts off this time, knocked to the inside, and she calls it just before Denver's jammer is able to come in. Timeout credited to Rocky.
Yes, good timing. They have, let's see, this is their, is that their last time?
The last
out?
one, yes indeed.
Interesting.
That is a choice that they are making.
That's
and
a choice.
3 minutes, they have to do it, I think. Makes a lot of sense to me.
30-point game, 3 minutes remaining. Denver using their last timeout. What do you got for us?
Looks like Rocky Mountain wants to get their skaters some rest, get them some water, get them juiced up for the last 3 minutes. This time out brought to you by Crazy Skates. Block toe stops, long-lasting, non-marking, the very best toe stop on the market. Also, Crazy Skates has America's newest roller skate manufacturer. check out Crazy Skates, proud sponsor of RollerCon.
Denver's jammer got out of the box at the very last second of that last jam. Both teams are going to start with full personnel on this 30-point differential. Rocky Mountain has a lot to do in these last 3 minutes. Denver just looking to hold on to this nice fat lead, 30 points, biggest lead we've seen so far.
Absolutely. It's going to be about controlling the clock and keeping their jammers on the track.
Jammers on the track has been a problem for both of these teams in the second half.
We have Shihu on the track, having a fantastic game for Rocky Mountain.
And it is a tight scrum start, ladies and gentlemen. That's Busick on the outside. Oh, nice job.
Lead jammer for Denver, but Shihu is now completed her initial pass. Busick around, one more to beat. She's gonna call that one off. 0 points for Rocky. 4 points issued to Denver.
2.5 minutes left here, ladies and gentlemen. Denver broadening their lead.
2:16 remaining in this exciting game. All 10 skaters still on the track. Everybody wants to play to the very end.
Penalties are no fun. Who wants penalties? Getting them is sometimes fun, but serving them, not fun at all.
Serving with the 30-second penalties, you're not even rested by the time you ran through the
That's
track.
right. Not even enough time to.
All right,
to feel
Denver
better.
with the front wall, holding it down, barely creeping along at a snail's pace.
Yeah, tight defense. Both these teams. Oh,
And
there we go.
Lead jammer going to Denver. Alpha Q having a hard time between Beck and Barrett. Again, great duo. Pushing up the inside, Rocky recycles and dogpiles.
Oh, huge hit, knocked to the inside. No pass, no penalty. She's through. But DeZellum already in there scoring points.
Zellum knows what she has to do. She puts up a few points, calls that one off before any blood can be drawn.
Folks, we have time for one more jam. And one more timeout, apparently.
This timeout brought to you by Bruise Skate Noose. Get the original over-the-shoulder roller skate holder with Bruise Skate Noose.
Denver threatening the second century mark. The second half has been a lot more high scoring than the first half.
Yes, absolutely. Denver's more than doubled their score. Rocky Mountain entered the second half still at around the 100-point mark.
Just before, yeah.
So yeah, they've been held to a much weaker second half. With 1:15 remaining, 39 points separating these two teams. Let's see what kind of damage Rocky can do to whittle this lead differential down.
Yeah, most of Denver's damage has been done here in about the last 10 minutes. Really putting things up. Both teams with some penalty trouble, but Rocky, I think, getting the shorter end of that stick.
So again, because this is after the June 30th rankings, this game is going to count towards next year's rankings.
Yeah.
And this is just a great practice opportunity for both of these squads and just get them into playoff mode. Playing multiple games in a weekend is an experience not many teams have to prepare for playoffs.
Yeah.
So I totally understand why taking on, as challenging as playing at RollerCon can be, playing multiple games is great practice this close to playoff season.
Denver is taking on Bay Area later today, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct.
Rocky Mountain will be taking on, if I'm not mistaken, it's Detroit tomorrow.
One thing that stands out for me, guys, is that defense of Denver. That second half, they really clamped down. It's like they kind of took that first half to establish themselves offensively, but defensively, that second half. How many times have you called it today? That jammer for Rocky Mountain just struggling and struggling to get through that defense.
Yeah, they look like a human chain as they recycle to the front of the pack. They beat one, but they still have 3 more to beat every time.
Denver's also managed to pull a lot of cuts this second half. Whether that has to do with play style, it's tough to say, but one way or the other, it has worked. Both these teams starting off at the Sin City Skate Pivot line.
And let's hear it for the last minute, 15 seconds of this Denver Rocky bout.
Rocky getting an early jump off the line, but slams right on into that Denver wall. Outside, inside, looking for a hole, recycled to the back.
That's Phantom Menace jamming for Rocky and Amanda Sharpless jamming for Denver.
Phantom Menace 3 blockers left. This pack is all over the track right now. And it looks like Phantom Menace is going to pick up lead jammer for what will be the last jam of this bout. On the inside, huge hit. That was Lauren Salvador.
Captain of the Denver team. Hugely active blocker this bout, really making a difference for the Denver team.
A hit like that, you can see why. Knocked to the inside once more. Phantom Menace knocked to the outside. She is recycled back.
And
we got a
unfortunately, Phantom Menace gonna finish this game out, spending 30 seconds in the box. She'll have a few seconds left, perhaps.
Well, Denver with a last-minute star pass. Last 10-second star pass, honestly. She's going to be knocked to the outside, comes back in behind some friendly lines.
Sharpless really calculating her path, not wanting to push too hard, staying towards the center of that track. Her chest is always turned to the center lane, if you notice.
Got 2 in front of her, splits the uprights, not quite, but stays legal. That's going to be 5 more points. Denver crosses the double century mark.
All of the Denver squad on their feet, ready for the clock to tick down. 16 seconds remaining.
Phantom Menace is out of the box. Little, I don't know if that was sour grapes, but it was a hell of a hit one way or the other.
Sharpless just shrugged that one off, didn't bother her a bit. And Phantom Menace, 4 more points for Rocky Mountain to finish this game out.
Unofficial final score, 164 Rocky Mountain, 205 Denver Mile High Club.
What redemption for Denver. Bring it on down to the track, give them a high five. Both these teams really worked for it. We'll get you an official final score momentarily, but congratulations to Mile High Club redemption.